Hello, Matujima and watching HornbillTV. The lush rolling hills of Mokokchung district in Nagaland are buzzing with a familiar yet poignant energy. It's election time again in the 28th Koridang Assembly constituency, but this is not just another routine vote. It is a story of legacy, loss, and the high voltage drama of local politics. At the heart of it all is a 36-year-old political science postgraduate named Doachier Imchen, the man carrying the weight of a surname that has dominated Koridang for over 2 decades. The 28th Koridang Assembly constituency in Mokokchung district is scheduled for a by-election on April 9, 2026. The election was necessitated by the passing of the sitting MLA Imchen on November 11, 2025. The counting of votes will take place on May 4, 2026. The 28th Koridang constituency comprises 7 main villages: Mangmatong, Longkam, Chungtia, Aliba, Makali, Kinangar, and Kansa, along with several satellite settlements, each with its own distinct local priorities. Historically, winning the seat has required significant political skill and the ability to build consensus across these diverse communities. The constituency has also faced instances of electoral unrest in the past, with some polls being marked by tensions. This makes maintaining a peaceful voting environment a recurring challenge. When the Bharatiya Janata Party (BJP) officially handed the party ticket to Doachier at the party's Mokokchung district office on March 19, it was more than a routine nomination. It was an anointment. Surrounded by state party officials, alliance partners and well-wishers, Doachier received the mandate to contest the April 9 by-election. It wasn't just a nomination, it felt like a passing of the torch. Now, who is Doachier Imchen? Doachier is the youngest son of the late Imchen, a 5-time MLA who represented Koridang for over 25 years until his death in November 2025. Unlike the stereotypical career politician, Doachier holds a master's degree in political science, suggesting a theoretical understanding of the game he is now playing. He is a consensus candidate. Crucially, Doachier isn't just a BJP pick. He is the face of the ruling People's Democratic Alliance, PDA, comprising the BJP, the Naga People's Front, and the Nationalist Democratic Progressive Party, NDPP. This united front gives him a formidable organizational backing. I thank the party leadership for reposing faith in me, Doachier said, vowing to fight the election with the support of party workers. He is expected to file his nomination papers before the March 23rd deadline, setting the stage for a fierce electoral battle. To understand the son, you must first understand the father. The by-election was necessitated by the sudden demise of Imchen, who passed away at a hospital in Guwahati on November 11, 2025 at the age of 75 after a brief illness. The late Imchen was not just a politician. He was an institution, a stellar record. He was first elected as an independent in 2003 and went on to win 4 more times on NPF tickets in 2008, 2013 and 2018, and finally on a BJP ticket in 2023. His ministerial portfolios read like a list of the most crucial departments: home, health and family welfare, power, rural development and school education, among others. Beyond politics, tributes poured in from the highest offices. Prime Minister Narendra Modi called him a dedicated leader who made remarkable contributions to Nagaland's growth. Chief Minister Nipuryo mourned not just a colleague but a dear friend, describing him as warm, cheerful and outspoken. Leaders across party lines remembered him as a man of integrity, a champion for tribal communities and a fearless leader who began his public life as a student activist with the Naga Students Federation. This is the giant whose shadow Doachier now steps into. The political race for the 28th Koridang Assembly constituency has intensified following the NPP's candidate announcement. The party's Central Election Committee has named I. Pentagon as its official nominee for the upcoming by-election. This makes the NPP the second party after the BJP to enter the fray for the seat, which became vacant after the passing of the veteran leader Imchen. Meanwhile, the Congress party is expected to finalize the candidate shortly. A meeting is currently underway in Kohima to make the final decision. The survey has been completed and we have forwarded a list of potential candidates to the higher committee for approval, a party official confirmed according to reports. Koridang is not a constituency where you can simply wave a party flag and win. It is a complex chessboard of village loyalties, where candidates must navigate an intricate web of vote banks. The by-poll is scheduled for April 9, with counting on May 4th, and the stakes couldn't be higher. Here's what the electoral map looks like. The heavyweights. The election will likely be won or lost in the mega villages. Chungtia boasts a massive 5,183 votes approximately, closely followed by Mangmatong with around 5,002. Longkom and Alichan each have over 3,000 voters, while Kansa adds another 2,300 to the mix. The 2023 president. In the last election, the late Imchen won by a margin of just 410 votes against Major Toshikaba, retired, of the NPF. This razor-thin victory is a stark reminder of how fragile political loyalties can be. A shift of just a few hundred votes in any of the major villages could flip the result. The constituency has also faced instances of electoral unrest in the past, with some polls being marked by tensions. This makes maintaining a peaceful voting environment a recurring challenge. The 2023 assembly elections in Koridang were particularly marred by violence, leaving a dark shadow over the electoral process and raising serious concerns about the conduct of political contests in the region. The February 21 murder. A shocking pre-poll violence, the most serious incident occurred on the night of February 21, 2023, when Imkong Chiba Kichu, a 34-year-old mechanical engineering graduate from Chungtia village, was abducted and brutally murdered. According to police reports, the victim and another person were returning from Chungtia Imchen village, New Chungtia, when they were waylaid by unidentified persons between New Camp and Satir at around 9 p.m. The unidentified assailants physically assaulted the victim's friend and left him at the spot, while Imkong Chiba was reportedly taken away. The friend eventually reached the village and informed villagers about the incident. On searching the area the next day, villagers found Imkong Chiba's body around 3 p.m. in a forested site near the same area. The body bore unmistakable signs of brutality inflicted on the victim. Significantly, the victim was identified as the nephew of Chalokamba Au, who was then the Janata Dal United JDU candidate contesting from the Koridang constituency. The familial connection to a candidate intensified the political ramifications of the murder and heightened tensions in the constituency. Next, weapons seizure in Alichan. Just days before the election on February 26, 2023, Mokokchung police made a significant seizure in Alichan town under the Koridang Assembly constituency. Police arrested 28 persons along with 2 AK-47 rifles, a pistol and a crude bomb. The arrest came amid heightened tensions following the murder of Imkong Chiba Kichu. According to police reports, at around 4:30 p.m., a convoy of vehicles arrived and was prevented from entering through the Alichan second gate. One of the drivers then reportedly began an altercation with the security personnel, prompting police to search the vehicle. When the police searched the vehicle, they discovered the firearms with live rounds, prompting security personnel to search the other convoy further. More firearms were discovered on the convoy's vehicle, and while many people were detained, others reportedly fled the scene. Crude bomb blast at candidates' residence. The violence escalated further on the eve of the election. On February 26, 2023, barely a few hours before polls for the 14th Nagaland Legislative Assembly were to begin, the residence of independent candidate Doachier Imchen was rocked by a huge crude bomb blast around 9:30 p.m. Doachier was one of the 4 candidates contesting for the 28 Koridang AC seat. The crude bomb went off at the gate of the candidate's residence located in Aungza Ward, Mokokchung town. Fortunately, no casualties were reported in the incident. A second crude bomb went off a few minutes later, reportedly near Imkong Marine Sports Complex. Though no injuries or harm were known to have occurred from the blast either, The identity and intent of the perpetrators remained unknown. Next, we have the pre-poll violence in Longkom. Longkom village, one of the major vote banks in the constituency with over 3,000 voters, also witnessed poll-related violence in the run-up to the 2023 elections. On February 19, 2023, fresh poll-related violence erupted near GPS Pongon Salang in Longkom village. Following a minor squabble on February 15, this incident saw 2 people injured, with reports indicating they were treated in a private hospital. An FIR was filed against specific individuals and groups involved in the violence. The violence reportedly erupted between supporters of 2 candidates when one group started pelting stones and using catapults. Post-poll violence in Longkom again. The violence did not end with the polling. In what can be described as post-poll violence, at least 16 houses in Longkom village were reportedly vandalized by supporters of a candidate in assembly election March 9, 2023. One individual was also reported to have been injured in the incident. According to local observers, election-related violence has been reported in the 28 Koridang Assembly constituency over the course of multiple elections, giving it a reputation as a restive constituency with a history of being trouble-prone. As Koridang prepares to vote on April 9, the by-election is evolving into more than just a political contest. It is a moment of transition for the constituency. On one side is the weight of legacy and continuity, and on the other side, the promise of new leadership and emerging political dynamics. With multiple parties entering the fray and key villages holding significant electoral influence, the battle is expected to be closely fought. In a constituency where past elections have been decided by narrow margins, even a small shift in voter sentiment could prove decisive. Local issues, community alignments, and grassroots mobilization are likely to play a crucial role in shaping the final outcome. For now, all eyes remain on Koridang as campaigns gain momentum and candidates make the final push. It is the voters who will have the last word. The results on May 4 will not only decide a representative but also signal the direction of politics in this key pocket of Nagaland. That's all we have for now. Keep watching HornbillTV.